Hi everyone, welcome to Yoga with Tracy. I'm Tracy. Today's yin yoga practice targets our often neglected feet and ankles. I think we've all at some time used the phrase, my feet are killing me. This could be caused by trapping our feet in shoes. Other reasons could be standing all day, running, walking, cycling, or just general daily overuse. So today's practice is all about easing achy feet, helping to soothe and strengthen as we bring mobility into the feet and ankle joints. Some of the poses can be quite intense, so monitor the level of intensity, and if it gets too much, rest, and when you're ready, try again. You could start by staying in those postures for 1 minute and then building up to the full 3 minutes. In case you'd like to soften any of the postures, grab a rolled up towel or blanket and a couple of pillows or cushions, and when you're ready, meet me on the mat. Hi everyone, let's begin today by sitting on our heels. If this is uncomfortable for your knees, you can place a folded blanket underneath or double up the mat. Make sure the top of your feet are on the mat. We're going to spend a few moments resting in child's pose. Slowly fold forward, bring your chest to your thighs and your forehead to the mat. Arms stretched forwards or arms by your sides. If it's not comfortable for your forehead, you can rest your forehead on your hands. Get into the modification where you're comfortable. Bring your attention to your abdomen, relaxing your belly and let the breath move the belly in and out. Slow, deep, steady breaths. Child's pose is a lovely gentle stretch to begin with, helping to stretch the ankles whilst also increasing the flexibility in the back and hips. If you notice your attention is not on the breath, gently guide it back. Using your hands to slowly push yourself back up into kneeling. Moving into a position called toe squat. Come forwards onto your hands and knees. Tuck your toes under and gently walk your hands back so you're sitting on your heels with the feet together. Resting your hands on your thighs. This can be a very intense posture, so you may prefer to use a rolled up blanket or a cushion between the thighs and calves. This will reduce the weight on the heels and balls of your feet. As the intensity starts to build, if the pose does get too challenging, you can kneel up, relieving the pressure. When you feel you can handle this again, sit back down. Reach down and make sure that your little toes are tucked under. And try to sit on the balls of your feet. Focus your attention on the breath. Breath is an important component of yin yoga. It gives you something to focus on the most difficult and uncomfortable postures such as this. Breathe from your diaphragm. Each inhale, feel your belly and ribs expand, and with every exhale, pull your navel into your spine. Slow, steady breaths. In each posture, work to find stillness. Avoid fidgeting or moving around as best you can in order to release into the pose. Out of all today's postures, many of us, including me, will find this the most intense. If it does get too much, rest and when you're ready, try again. Well done everyone, that's really juicy posture. Come out slowly by leaning on your hands and lifting your hips forwards. Release your feet, point the feet backwards and gently pat them on the mat. Coming back to sit on the heels. Moving into an ankle stretch. To soften the posture, you can double up the mat or place a folded blanket under the knees or under the ankles. And to decrease the intensity of the stretch, a rolled up blanket or cushion between the thighs and calves to decrease the pressure in the knees. This may be enough, otherwise leaning back on your hands, lift your heart towards the sky, coming into a very gentle back bend and let your knees lift off the floor as you bend your elbows and slowly lean back. Holding for a period of time, you will feel your body to start to relax and soften. You may find you can intensify the stretch by bending the elbows further and lifting the knees higher. As always, work within your range of limits and abilities. You're looking to find your edge. If you experience any pain, you've pushed yourself too far back out of the posture. Come out of the pose by leaning forwards and resting your hands on your thighs. Come into a tabletop position, hands just in front of your shoulders. Curl your toes under and push yourself up in downward facing dog. You can keep the knees bent to avoid stress on the hamstrings. It might feel nice to pedal out the feet a few times, or just push both heels towards the mat and really enjoy that all over stretch, keeping the spine lengthened and the hands pushing into the mat. Relax your head between your arms and direct your gaze through your legs or up towards your belly button. Inhaling and exhaling deeply as we get an all over body stretch. Stepping your feet forwards behind your hands, coming into a forward fold, Feet about hip width apart. You can clasp opposite elbows with your hands. You can keep your knees slightly bent as you let your head hang down. Placing your fingertips on the mat, take your feet widen the hip width apart. Turn your feet out slightly, squat down with your arms in front of you for counterbalance, knees tracking in the same direction as your toes. And when you're all the way down, if your heels don't touch the floor, you can support them with a folded blanket. And you can also widen the distance between the feet. Place your hands in a prayer position, Anjali Mudra, and apply gentle pressure from your elbows into the knees to solidify and ground the pose. If you can, close the eyes and refocus back on the breath, those slow, deep inhales and exhales through the nose. This can be quite difficult posture due to tightness in the hips, knees and ankles, but a wonderful way to increase hip mobility while strengthening the ankles and offering relief to lower back pain. Place your fingertips on the floor, then take your hands behind you as you sit down, extending your legs and giving them a little shake. Starting in Dandasana, legs and feet together, sitting up nice and tall. If your hamstrings are tight, you can keep the knees bent. Bend your right leg and rest your ankle over your left thigh. Use your right hand to help feed your fingers of your left hand in between your right toes. Move the fingers all the way to the base of the toes. At first you may struggle to squeeze your fingers between each toe, but after a few breaths you may find you're able to slide your fingers forward a bit more. Sitting up nice and tall, you may like to place a folded blanket underneath your seat, which will help to tilt the pelvis slightly forwards. If you do have your left knee bent, you could place a cushion or a pillow underneath for additional support. Our feet are mostly trapped in shoes, so this finger threading between the toes posture is really effective for stretching between the toes and helping to enliven them. may wish to stay as you are, or an option to take some ankle circles while leaving your fingers between your toes. Reversing the circles. Release your fingers from your toes. Stretching your right leg along the mat. Bend your left leg and rest your ankle over your right thigh. This time, use your left hand to help feed your fingers of your right hand in between your left toes, moving the fingers all the way to the base of the toes. Sitting up nice and tall as you close the eyes, and remaining still as we get the benefit from the posture. Option to take some ankle circles. Remember to leave your fingers between your toes. Reversing the circles. Release your fingers from your toes and stretch your left leg along the mat. Arms behind you and shake your legs out. You've done really well, everybody. Slowly move into a sitting position, resting your hands on your knees. Close your eyes. Sitting up nice and tall. Roll your shoulders back a few times. Reverse forwards. Come to stillness, relaxing the shoulders down. Make no effort to control the breath, simply breathe naturally. Press the palms of your hands together in front of your heart for Anjali Mudra. Softly opening the eyes, bring your thumbs up to your third eye. Bowing forwards, whisper Namaste. I hope you enjoyed today's practice. If you haven't already, please do subscribe to my channel for more free yoga and click on the bell icon to be notified of all new uploads.